it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem damn bad. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed in heaven, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities are never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to pro something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them, this is my ship, I'ma jack it like Letterman, y'all better not let them in, they gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling, started a chain, the cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit, I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah, said you gon' pull up, then settle it, yeah, I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch out, step in it, yeah, and I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here, watch out, touchdown, pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now, have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that, big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that, work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that, had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my, yeah. Run it, I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem damn bad. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed in heaven, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities are never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to pro something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them, this is my ship, I'ma jack it like Letterman, y'all better not let them in, they gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling, started a chain, the cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit, I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah, said you gon' pull up, then settle it, yeah, I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch out, step in it, yeah, and I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here, watch out, touchdown.
Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. He is Jason, the chosen one. I am Greg, a legend in my own mind. Jay, what's going on, man?
Not much. I'm just glad I'm awake and not sleepy after 2 rounds like what happened on Friday night, but we'll get into that later.
Absolutely. So we got 9 people in the building. 3 likes. Make sure you smash the like button on the way in. Andre Noble, what's going on with you, fam? All things, what's going on, fam? Motorsports, salute. Jay, before we jump into it, of course, we got to say thank you to the people that support the channel. Rock Dog Interactive, if you need anything in regards to website design, logo design, Rock Dog Interactive, that is the organization that you need to reach out to. They've worked with us in the past, done a lot of great work on our particular channel. And I know a lot of people always ask us, like, what software are you using and how do you do this and how you do that? Well, it's Rock Dog Interactive, so you need to reach out to them ASAP. Black Father Figures, that is the League of Legacies, man. It's been quite some time since I heard from the league. I need to send them an email. League, I hope you're out there, man. If you are, please hit me up. And then Nadaj Vodka, www.nadajvodka.com, the best tasting vodka you would want to taste. Got that kiwi taste to it, Jay. I sit up here sometimes, I drink it straight, or I mix it with something, whatever the case may be. www.nadajvodka.com. Black owned, out of Jacksonville, Florida. So go check them out. Buy yourself a bottle. All right, man. Where do we start, man? Where do we start?
Yeah. But let's start with some current news current fight that just happened on Friday night. You know, we really didn't talk about it. We did a poll, and it's funny now when I look at the poll, I'm referring to the Anthony Joshua and Francis Nnganou fight. So we put the poll up. The poll had it kind of like 52-48 AJ versus Joshua, AJ over Francis. Only way Francis was going to win, it was like 44%. They had Francis winning by knockout. After the fight, people just went back in and started changing their votes. Mm-hmm. Because I noticed it dramatically went from 44 down to like 16. And then also everyone went to AJ with the knockout. I'm like, I see what y'all did. But yeah, I mean, AJ did what he was supposed to do against a guy that's only fighting his second professional boxing match. We know what he is in the MMA world, which is a beast, you know, but boxing is a totally different game. You coming from an outside of boxing, it's going to be different. Just like if you go in MMA, it's going to be different for a boxer and vice versa. So, but I wasn't expecting it to happen like that and that fast. I mean, when we were watching the fight, I still looked there. I told you, I was like, why the hell did Francis go to southpaw? And then he did the little wide stance that a lot of MMA fighters did, and AJ went straight down the pipe with the right hand, dropped him. And yours was a little bit faster. Mine, oh, he's down. Like, man, stop lying. Not this. Sure enough, he was down. Second round, he was in a rather orthodox stance. Didn't make a difference. Still wide hands. Got dropped 2 times. Second time, he was done. So, I mean, I was shocked. I thought AJ was going to win by UD. I didn't think AJ was just going to go for the kill that fast or make it that it would be that easy for him with Francis having the hands up that wide. But AJ brought back respect to boxing after Tyson Fury kind of disrespected the way he fought against Francis Nnganou. The way Francis looked in that fight, a lot of people were like, oh, he's going to take out AJ. I was like, I didn't think he was going to take out AJ. Thought it'd be a little bit better of a fight, but AJ showed its levels to this. You don't play boxing. So, I mean, that was my take on it. AJ with the second round knockout of Francis Nnganou, cold, knocked him out cold. Wasn't a TKO, he was knocked out cold. He was very classy after the fight, talking to Ngannou. Ngannou was gracious in defeat as well. So he said he's not done. He said he's going to go. He had already mentioned about going back to MMA, so I think that'll probably be in his best bet. He is 37 years old. He made, $20 million from this fight? Less than 6 minutes? I'll take that. Less than 6 minutes, and you're going to pay me $20 million just to get knocked out? Hey, hit me on the right side. Like, so I don't care. Give me that $20 million, though. What's your takes from that fight, though, from Friday night?
So when we originally talked about this, I said there was a chance that AJ would get knocked out. And the reason why I said that is because it appeared that Francis Nnganou did have power and that AJ just comes to the ring sometime lackluster, opened up, if you will, and just doesn't perform at the level that you would expect him to perform at. So it wouldn't have surprised me if Francis Nnganou would have landed something. With that being said, that's the way it was supposed to be, right? To be quite honest with you. I mean, Francis Nnganou has, that was his second time in the ring. We know that MMA is completely different from boxing. And we've said it on multiple occasions that a top-notch MMA fighter trying to come into the sport of boxing, they'll get smoked. And boxers are going to lose in MMA as well. But I personally, this is my personal opinion, maybe Maybe I'm wrong, Jay, but I just feel like a boxer has a better chance in MMA because a boxer, it only takes one punch. And boy, they throw them accurately. Before the fight even started, I was telling you, I was like, man, I don't like the way Ngannou was warming up, man. Like his combinations look all sloppy and off. He doesn't look good. And as the fight was progressing, he hit him with that straight right and he went down to the point that you made, hey, he has his hands wide open, like he's open for a straight right. And sure enough, he got clipped with one. When he got back up, he did look dazed. The one thing that I told you, I said, man, AJ almost hit him with a counter right hand over his jab. If he would have hit him with that, it would have been over. This was in the second round. And sure enough, maybe about 20, 30 seconds later, he landed that big counter right hand and put Ngannou down. And when Ngannou got up, I was looking at his eyes, Jay, and I thought to myself, he's done. Like he's done. Like this isn't no, he's about to, power through it and he's done. And when AJ hit him, dude, he fell back, dog. He fell back like this, bruh. Like he was in a casket. I said, Jay, I think he might be dead. I think he might be dead the way he hit him. Dude, I was like, man, he hit him so flush. Dude, all that noise we've heard people talk about, Ngannou, and he can take a punch and he got so much power. It was exposed here. Like to me, MMA, like even when he threw a punch, it didn't seem to have the same snap on it as AJ. He looked considerably slower than AJ to Jay. So he don't need to go back to MMA. Just retire. You just made $20 million off that. He had to make a pretty significant bag against Fury. Why stay in it? Just be done.
Yeah, man. He ain't got nothing to shake his head. I mean, like I said, he got $20 million for that fight. I forgot how much he got paid for the Fury fight, but he got paid out the wazoo for this one, that $20 million. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. Is life-changing money for his family and everything he's done, leaving Cameroon and whatnot and getting here. Hey, now it's just time for him just to chill. Hell, he can even get in a little acting if he really wants to, just to be that big guy in some of the movies, So I give him mad respect though for trying it. I think he may have gotten overconfident after the fight with Tyson. I think he may have got overconfident from that. And here, something different.
Hey man, JD got me cracking up in the comment section. I was like, you wanted to box, right? Get your ass up. But he was asleep. Dog. Jay, the first thing that came out of my mind, I was like, Jay, he might be dead, bro. The way
when he went down like timber.
Dog, the way he hit him, dog, I was like, he ain't getting up for that for a while. Dog, wow. He was sleepy, man. But the thing about this, dog, and I want to make sure that it's clear. This was more exciting than it was impressive. AJ, Everybody's now bigging up the new trainer. That old man stuff is coming in on me. What's the new Ben Davison? Everybody's bigging up Ben Davison, but and talking about DJ Derrick James is saying, "Oh man, he's made the right decision. See, boy, he's looked good." Did he really look all that? I mean, who was Otto Wilding for him to look? Here's the thing. I think a lot of what we're getting from AJ right now is in comparison to Tyson Fury, because we saw what Otto Wilding was able to do against Tyson Fury, and then he just cleans this guy's clock. And now people are saying he looked better with Ben Davison. I don't think there's any difference in AJ since we saw him in the ring with Usyk. Same AJ, nothing changed. So I would advise people to not hop on that train right now talking about Ben Davison and what it is that he's delivering relative to AJ. I would just say, take it as a grain of salt. It was against an MMA fighter in Otto Wilding. Let's see what he looks like when he gets in there with somebody with a pulse.
Yeah, JD is clowning, man. That was Leo Santa Cruz SQ knockout. Point made. Get your ass out of boxing. Hey, I mean, I get you what you're saying. As far as like Mark M said, everyone knows that boxing is Ngannou's first love. We know that, but that wasn't what he was doing professionally.
Fight.
So he immersed himself into the MMA. So he got muscle memory for MMA. So to like Brian S said, they usually stand with a wider stance, with a wider guard, because they got to worry about kicks coming in to block a lot of different things. That's not boxing, and it proved it that on Friday night. You know, I still giving Ngannou credit for getting in there, looking like he did against Tyson, although Tyson looked like crap as well. But you know, there's levels to it. When you fight the upper echelon in your division, and you're a newbie, it's gonna show. It should show, rather. It should show. That's how it really should look when you come to someone else's professional. AJ went to MMA, and Ngannou should do the same thing to him. MMA as well. So
Ngannou got his ass knocked. Ngannou got his ass knocked into a casket position. Good Lord, man. Dog, I was worried about it. I was like, see, this is why you shouldn't be doing this right here. This is exactly why you shouldn't be doing this. Because you might as well be throwing one of us in there. Seriously, dog. Like, I'm just, dog, you don't put somebody in there because he couldn't defend himself, dog. He really couldn't defend himself. And he tried his best. I get that he's coming from a fighting background, but mixed martial arts is not the same thing. And even like with Clarissa Shields, they got to be putting her in there. They got to be putting her in there with like stiffs, dog. Because if she was actually in there with anybody, she'd get destroyed too. So,
well, she already got a loss.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, she got lost. They took her down to the ground, and she said if she couldn't get taken down to the ground, that was a problem. Stand up, she would be okay. You know, she's just also got to learn to look out for kicks.
But she can't kick, though.
Once they take the box down to the ground, you know, usually a lot of boxers are in trouble because they don't have the grappling techniques fully. It takes years for that. Even now, you know, you're seeing people that are real good grapplers still getting put to sleep, whether it's on their feet or on the ground. You know, hell, it happens. You know, but you don't play those. You keep them different. You keep them separate for a reason.
He might not be gun shy, JD, in MMA, but he'll certainly be gun shy if he try to stay in boxing. He'll definitely be gun shy. Now he knows. Man, when he got hit with that first one, he got up like this. He had oh shit. That's how he was looking, bro. Like, oh shit, I didn't know they punched this damn hard. Hey, Tyson Fury. In my personal opinion, Tyson Fury did make him cocky. He felt, because Tyson Fury is really not a big puncher. Yeah, he knocked out Deontay Wilder, but I'm gonna tell you something, man. I thought Deontay was more tired than he was like physically hurt. With Tyson Fury just laying on him and putting that weight on him. Tyson ain't no big puncher like that, and so I think, man, with taking those shots and being able to hang in there he was like, well, man, if this guy punches like this, yeah, man, maybe AJ punches a little harder, but he realized, boy, it's a lot harder. A lot harder. Dog, the way he was looking after that first knockdown, man, his eyes was all crossed and sinking down in the bottom of his. I was like, yeah, he ain't never been hit like this. He now knows what it is. He now knows what it is.
JD in timeout, man. He can't be putting this stuff on him, man.
What happened?
Hey, we got to put JD in timeout, man. He is clouded, man. Straight comedy with his posts.
Dog, he was like this, man. He was like this. I was like, damn, man. He is gone. I'm surprised he didn't get knocked out in that first round after that first knockdown, the way his face was looking, man. Don't come over into boxing if you're in MMA. You're a great MMA fighter, be that. Unless you're coming over to make a whole lot of money, not like Floyd. Floyd's not a one-punch knockout artist. So McGregor, that was a safe bet for him. That was the right fight for McGregor. Definitely. But coming in there with heavyweights, man, dog, you get destroyed. You get destroyed.
Especially the top 5, top 3 heavyweight that we got that's currently available right now,
when Band Up's in the building, I need Band Up to call in today. Band Up been all across here, man. Every time he do something, he got something right. He all up. I told you. Nah, you were talking all that noise about Ngannou, and he got put night. So now we got to get you on. We got to hear about you.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, nothing but respect for him, though. Got nothing but respect for him. He tried it. He took his loss with grace. So I mean, we'll see what he do next. If I'm him, though, seriously, if I'm him, I'm retiring. He ain't got nothing else to prove. You know what I'm saying?
I'm done. I'm so dumb. I'm sorry, man. We forgot to acknowledge. Band up. Make a splash when I come in, y'all. Oh, y'all. Oh, y'all. Oh, okay. Love is too much. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I appreciate you, band up. Can't wait to see you when you come in, fam. All right, Jay. Anything else we want to talk about? I mean, Ngannou was fine. Number one, he took some trauma to the brain too. I would take a year off if I were to come back, but he got 20 million in this fight. He had to have gotten a significant amount of money in his last fight. I would. Yeah, I'm done. Before we move on to the next topic, Jay, we got 65 people in the building, 25 likes. If you get the opportunity, please smash the like button or the dislike button if you don't like the content, but make sure that you are engaging. And if this is your first time to the channel, this is AM Sports Media, the Angry Man Podcast. We are rapidly approaching 15,000 subscribers, so become a part of the family. Smash that subscribe button. And if you are a subscriber, think about becoming a member. It's $2.99 a month. It gives you access to a special section of our Discord where we talk about boxing, and it helps support the channel, man. It helps us to bring you guys this great content. And while you're at it, AM Sports Cover 4, that's our college football channel. Make sure that you are subscribed to that as well, because we are dropping fresh content over there as well. All right, Jay. What else?
One more thing about that fight card. There was Joseph Parker and Big Bang Zhang on there. Joseph Parker got a number of respect. What's up?
I ain't watched that one.
Oh, you watch? Yeah, I mean, Joseph Parker, he got the win by UD. It was a close fight. He got dropped twice in that fight. He got dropped, I want to say maybe the second round, and Zhang was started doing a little dance and everything. Then he forgot. He had to finish the fight. He didn't finish Joseph, so Joseph came back and started banking some rounds in just by being more active than Zhang. Then Zhang later on got another knockdown on Parker. I think it may have been round 9 or 8. Parker got up and got back busy. He just outworked Zhang in the other rounds. I think Zhang may have run like the first 3, including a knockdown in the other round. He had a knockdown, but Parker was just busy, man. Parker got heart, dude. I got number respect for him. I mean, he put himself in their play or try to get a shot again, but he has a rematch with Zhang. They have a rematch, and he said they're gonna have to do it again. A lot of people say they didn't want to do it again. Some people said it was a robbery. I thought it was a close fight. I thought Parker may have pulled it out just because of his activity, and on the rounds that Zhang won really decisively were the ones he dropped Parker in. But it's a close fight. Zhang is 40 years old, so I don't know how much more he needs to be fighting as well, being 40. You know, he had a chance here. To me, he was just like another version of Deontay Wilder. He had a big punch, big left punch. Wilder has that big right. Parker avoided Wilder all fight long, but Wilder also was reluctant to throw. Zhang was throw a little bit, but then he really didn't do much. So I give Parker all the credit in the world. We'll see if they fight again.
No comments.
So they ain't go. I mean, they're not a player as far as like the belts just yet, because they got a rematch. So we'll see what Parker does later on this year. But Parker has been fighting. You start looking at Parker's resume. Parker has been fighting some of everybody. I give him Deontay, AJ, Big Bang, Joe Joyce. You know, he's fighting everyone in the top echelon as far as heavyweights goes right now. So I give him credit in the world for that.
No, JD, it's not that I don't like Parker. I watched a little bit of the fight. I mean, it was cool. I can't work up the energy to talk about Joseph Parker. I'm sorry. What else you got, Jay? You want to talk about Joseph Parker some more?
Nah, that's just part of the fight card, man. Part of heavyweight division, man. That's all. I tied into that. That's all.
Yeah, I got you.
So, first ballot Hall of Famer, Andre Ward, goes in on your favorite fighter, Canelo Alvarez's resume. Talking about you have to look at who he fought, when he fought him, and who he didn't fight. And he's basically saying the same stuff that we said over and over again about Canelo and who he's been fighting, who he fought for a little while. When I talk about that Euro diet, now some people with Deuce Daily want to try to say, oh, you're a casual, but Ward is saying the same thing. It's all about him when he fought him and who he fought. He had other people like Benavidez has been there for like 2 or 3 years, mandatory. when before Charlo went his whole sabbatical of not fighting, I'm talking about Big Charlo, Jamal Charlo, he was his mandatory. Didn't fight him. We know Boo Boo was a mandatory. Oh, he's a terrible fighter. He's this and that. But then he fights the Billy Joe Saunders and fight everyone else but those guys. That was my issue with Canelo. And now we're seeing what he's doing right now. Fighting Jaime Munguia, not fighting David Benavidez. So it's the same stuff. So with Ward ripping his resume, I agree with what Ward said about that as well. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, 100% agree with Ward, man. We've been saying this for a long time in regards to Canelo Alvarez. He has some names on his resume, but, I mean, when did he fight him? You know, Danny Jacobs, was Danny Jacobs really all that? Kirkland, he was just a brawler. He got Floyd on his record, but he lost that one. Arguably, he lost against Laura. Trout, he had a lot of issues with. Some people felt Trout won. Then he went on. When he went up to 60, he avoided Boo Boo and Maul. He went on a Euro diet at some point as well. You know, the Yildirims and the Billy Joe Saunders of the world. He fought Triple G. The first two fights were solid. Most people feel that Triple G was at the top of his game. A lot of people felt Canelo lost the first one. Yeah, a lot of people felt he lost the first fight. And then, you know, Ward mentioned the fact that he miscalculated, which is what we said. He miscalculated with Bivol. He thought Bivol, because he had beat Sergey Kovalev, because he beat Sergey, who was a shell of himself. He was no longer the crusher, and that's 100% true. We could tell by some of his previous performances. So we know that that wasn't a great fight, but he thought, okay, Bivol, this guy's a lighter puncher. He ain't that great. I'll beat him. That was a miscalculation. And I think his resume is not as good as what people that support him try to make it out to be. But I think Canelo's a hell of a fighter. Like, I think in terms of his skill level, similarly to Terence Crawford, we said on so many occasions that we thought that Terence Crawford was a great fighter, to the point where there were Errol Spence fans that followed the channel that actually got pissed at us saying, oh, his resume. Yeah, his resume. I agree, but he passes my eye test. And I said that multiple times, and it's so interesting that people twist and turn what you say. But yeah, man, I don't disagree with what Ward has to say in regards to that, man. I think I just don't think Canelo's resume is what people are trying to say it is.
Yeah, not only that, the fact that, you know, they overlooked the fact
Jay,
that he was. What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. You weren't saying anything. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
But yeah, so I mean, the drug treating, you know, the contaminated beef. Also, someone else mentioned in the chat, you know, Southpaw TV mentioned he had a rehydration clause against Kovalov. You know, we forget about that. We also forget about the catch which he was doing with fighters at 155. So I mean, he's done that. I mean, again, I can be critical of his resume and still respect him as a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. That doesn't take anything away from it. I just want to see him fight the best. And truth be told, we've said it over and over again. He should be fighting Benavidez, and we also said that we thought that he would beat Benavidez. We just want to see the damn fight because that's the best available. But you say you're not fighting Mexican fighters supposedly, but here you are fighting Munguia. Make it make sense. And it's word out there was that he was really trying to push to fight Jamal Charlo. No one wants to see that fight. Not at all. So why are you still pushing for that fight? You came to PBC. They had the best person in your division and the PBC. You came there. But you're not fighting them. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Southpaw TV, salute, man. Salute. Let's see what else we got. What other people are talking about here real quick. Exactly. Canelo made fights nobody want to see. 100% agree with that. Fights that nobody want to see. Which, I mean, we might as well transition to that
Munguia.
Yeah.
So now it's official that Canelo Munguia are set to fight on May 4th with broadcast PBC.
Yeah.
Amazing. Broadcast PBC got this fight for Canelo and Munguia again. I could have sworn they was unequivocally it wasn't going to be on Amazon Prime with PBC, according to some people that was out there saying stuff, but it's still happening. You know, I mean, it's the fight. What they're going to do, how they're going to get people, is how they'll stack how they're going to put an undercard really to try to win people back over. Because a lot of people are pissed about this. You know, it's a fight, yeah, but Munguia ain't proven. He arguably lost to Sergey Divinchenko. And Divinchenko was on record saying that he thought he won that fight as well, or at least a draw. So, real talk, no one was asking for this fight. It's better than Charlo, yes. But it ain't the fight that was available right there. And you chose not to take it. And now it's been restructured as a one-fight deal with PBC for Canelo. So this fight here, and then he's done. So basically, it's like what he's been doing on other platforms. He's fleecing them and trying to get money for the easier fight, less risk fights. If you're going to pay you, you're going to do it. So they stop paying him for it. He can't do it anymore. But that's my take on the whole Canelo and Munguia thing. What's yours?
Canelo Alvarez is rapidly becoming my LeBron James of boxing, meaning I cannot wait till he's out of the sport. This guy is one of the biggest manipulators we've ever seen in the sport of boxing. And don't get me wrong, anytime you become an A-side in the sport, you do have the opportunity to, you know, get the things that you want, Jay. We saw it with Oscar De La Hoya. We saw it with Floyd Mayweather. We've seen it on multiple occasions. And Brian Nessa will not stop it. I do not like LeBron James. He needs to be out of this sport, and so does Canelo Alvarez. But I just feel like...
You hate James, man.
Huh?
You hate LBJ so much.
No, I don't hate LeBron James. I just hate his fans, just like I hate Terence Crawford fans. The sycophants is what I call them. But I digress. No, Canelo Alvarez, though, you know, he is taking it to a new level. What he is doing is really trying to maximize his dollars while minimize his risk. And we know all fighters do that, right? But most fighters also have this thing in their psyche called this competitive edge that will force them to want to take on the biggest and best challenges in and around their weight classes while also maximizing the revenue that they can possibly make. And that's what real fighters do. Now, if LeBron James in the NBA, if you had the opportunity to just play whoever he wanted, it can go straight to an NBA championship, that's exactly what he would do, because similar to Canelo Alvarez, he has no backbone. He doesn't want to be challenged. Canelo Alvarez, bruh, he has tried to fleece every organization currently in boxing. And finally, an organization said, no, you're not going to do that. That organization was Al Heyman and the PBC. We're not going to pay you $35 million for a fight that we know we cannot recoup our investment on. And that's the right approach. That was the right thing for them to do. Now, there are a lot of people in our Discord. Guys, if you guys are interested in the Discord, please let us know. We will drop the link to the Discord in the chat as well. We're in there chopping it up, talking boxing. There are a lot of people in the Discord, I'm not going to name any names, John Mack, that really, truly believe in everything that Rick Glaser has to say, okay? Rick Glaser has been proven wrong. The only thing that Rick Glaser has gotten right in the last 3 years relative to PBC and or Showtime was the fact that Showtime was getting out of boxing. And guess what? A lot of other people knew that as well. We knew that. I have been checking their financials since the end of 2022 because their financials were telling me they had no interest in any sports. All you had to do was read their Q's and their K's, and you know that they were not interested in sports. So it wasn't surprising. That's the only thing that guy's gotten right. Unequivocally, Jaime Munguia and Canelo Alvarez will not be on PBC. That was wrong. PBC didn't have the money, wouldn't put it in escrow. That was wrong. Let me tell you what he does. He takes little things. The best lies are when you take little things that are true, but then you add all this other stuff around it because people like John Mack believe it, right? They'll believe that because it sounds right, and you have 40 years of a credential, some stuff that you did 40 years ago somehow makes you legitimate today. But the guy's a loudmouth. He's incorrect. he has a personal vendetta against PBC, and he's been wrong on so many occasions. We need to stop listening to that guy. And my last point is, there was a reason why other people weren't sharing that information that he put out there. Shout out to Jake Donovan, who was the first one to break that Jaime Munguia versus Canelo Alvarez would be on PBC Amazon pay-per-view, and he got scolded for it on Twitter, and he sent out a tweet saying a big F you. So shout out to my guy Jake, because Jake keeps it real all day long.
Yeah. All day, every day, and twice on Sunday. He stay with it.
Exactly.
Stay with it, man. I seen something in the chat I was about to say too.
Yeah, sorry, I hadn't been looking at the chat. I missed some stuff.
I said something. Damn it. Yeah, but Jake stay with the facts. He come up with the facts and the receipts on everything. So we always are very appreciative whenever I reach out to him to hit him up to see if he can come on our show. He makes it. He gives us all good information as much as possible. And everything he's done said has been into fruition. He'll let us know if he's right on something. If he's like, nah, I'm not sure about that, he's up front. So, I mean, I definitely take Jake word all day, any day.
Hey, Mark M., when you say De La Hoya told him this a decade ago, what are you referring to? I'm just curious what you're referring to there. Yeah, Jake is that dude, man. Jake is that dude. That's why we have him on the show, because we know that Jake's gonna give that real deal, that absolute real deal.
Yeah.
Jake, anything else we got? Go ahead.
You know, for me, with Canelo, if Canelo wasn't holding all the belts hostage, I really wouldn't care who he fought. If he's fighting Jaime Munguia right now, I really wouldn't care as much. But he's holding the belts hostage, and we know Benavidez is the number one is a mandatory. He's been there for a long ass time. So if you want to move how you want to move, drop the belts. You can hold a Reggie belt. No one cares about those that much anyway. Hold a Reggie belt, drop the real belts, and do whatever you want to do. Don't hold the weight classes hostage because you want to hold it and not let no one else get in there. You're going to take your basketball and from the court. That's not cool, man. I hate that shit. So I wish they would just strip his ass. They're supposed to strip him this month. Or the WBC, if I'm not, I believe it's the WBC. He's supposed to be getting stripped this month. Mm-hmm. So we will see if that happens. I doubt it, because Canelo can do whatever he wants. You know, that's just Canelo. Canelo rules whatever he wants to do, so it don't matter.
Yeah, real quick. We got 81 people in the building, 34 likes. Guys, if you're in the building, please go over and smash the like button. It's free. Or the dislike button if you don't like the content, but make sure you're engaging. That's free. It helps people find this great content that we're putting out. And also, if you're new to the channel, this is AM Sports Media, the Angry Man Podcast. We are always dropping boxing related content, so make sure you go check out the content. And finally, pinned to the top of the chat, AM Sports Cover 4, where we're covering our second passion, which is college football. We love our college football, man. And Jay and I, we go back and forth about college football all the time. We found that people on this channel enjoy talking college football as well. Pinned to the top, go check it out. Become a subscriber. And if you just support this channel, man, go over there and subscribe so we can monetize and help support that channel as well. All right, Jay.
Yeah, so continuing with the Canelo. So Dan had put out something a while back. I was trying to get more information on it, that Canelo had initially 2 fights, set up for this year in May and September, which would have been, I believe this was before EJ got dominated by Bud, which threw that out the window. But supposedly it would have been EJ in May in a potential rematch in September with EJ. And none of that happened, of course. Bud destroyed that, the chances of EJ getting a fight. And honestly, in my personal opinion, I wouldn't want EJ to fight Canelo either. Never liked the idea of it from the get-go. Even at 152 or whatever the catchweight would have been. So I don't know how that would have found out, but it would have been, again, Canelo picking on a smaller guy.
Yeah, this one's interesting to me. Probably not for the reason that you think, Jay. you surround yourself with people for a reason. Floyd Mayweather always talk about having a great team. And that team is there to advise you to move yourself in the direction that you want to go, meaning attain your goals, but also maximize your revenue. Now think about this, Jay. If Spence would have gone up to 54, let's say it would have been Keith. Let's say he beats Keith. He beats Keith, dog. His next fight is against Canelo Alvarez. EJ probably doesn't go out like how I would definitely say EJ doesn't go out like Mel. So he's probably gonna challenge him. Now, do I believe he beats Canelo Alvarez? No. But let's say at worst case he gets knocked out. You think there's still an opportunity to face Terence Crawford down the line? Everybody would have still been interested in that fight because you could just say EJ went up 2 weight classes. That was too much. But he could come back down and face Terence Crawford at 54, and he's going to get another bag. But instead, he faces Terence Crawford at a weight class where it didn't look like he belonged there anymore. Whether you feel like it was just Terence Crawford that was just that dominant, or you feel like there was something wrong with EJ, the fact remains the outcome was the outcome, right? Now there's no opportunity for Canelo Alvarez whatsoever. You could have got 2 for 1 had you listened to your team, in my opinion. Now, some people may say this is not even factual, but this is what is out there currently. But listening to your team, you could have got 2 major paychecks instead of 1. So,
yeah.
Yes, I don't believe Spence would have won. Yes, I don't think that was the right fight for Spence to move up and get that opportunity. Just like I don't think it's the right opportunity. Terence Crawford should get the opportunity. But I do believe Spence's name was bigger than Terence, and I still don't believe Terence's name is where Spence is now. But we'll find out soon. But that was the thing that when I read that, Jay, that's what I got from. I said, damn, dude, this is why you listen to the people that are around you, advising you to move in specific directions. And yeah, sometimes could it prevent the best fight from happening immediately? Yes, but still, you still got to be smart about your career, taking calculated risk, but also being smart.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But again, let me say it again, just like you said, neither one of us wanted EJ to fight Canelo. Neither one of us thinks that EJ would have beat Canelo, and this is prior to him getting beat by Bud.
Yep.
We never wanted that fight. So miss me with saying that, well, if it was EJ doing what Bud's trying to do to get that Canelo, y'all be up for it. Negative Ghost Rider. We didn't want that either.
We had people get mad at us for saying that. No, Spence will have a chance. I don't think so. So
no.
It's interesting, man. I'm surprised that Spence. I'm just surprised that he dropped that bag, man. It's very disappointing. And now I'm curious with everything that's currently going on. And think about it, Jay. Spence, had he not gone the Crawford route and just did with his team, he probably would have ended up fighting whoever at the end of 22. He would have been in the ring with Canelo in May with the opportunity to then have the September rematch if he did good enough. And if not, then he would have had the option to still fight Terence Crawford. Just amazing. And then if he would have come down and lost to Terence Crawford, guess what? You got the excuse of, well, EJ it went up and came down. That was too much for him and took it out of him. So, and then he would have had another bag. So, I don't know, man. Listen to your team. That's the lesson that I got.
Yeah. Just wild stuff with that. So, Razil was saying, what option does he have now? Talking about Spence. Spence options would be all at 154 right now.
I would give him a soft touch at
54. I said Terrell Goucher. Goucher would be a good matchup for him, which I consider like a soft touch. He's a decent fighter, but he's not a power puncher like that. He's not a tricky fighter neither. He's pretty much straight up and down, as Floyd would say about some fighters. I think that would be something good for EJ to get back into it because he's been out of the ring for a long ass time. Again, it was a tough loss. That was a tough loss he took from Bud back in July. And then with him just having retina surgery again, beginning of this year, so we don't know what state of mind EJ and anything like that. I know he don't do tune-ups. EJ probably just want to hop right back in the ring at 154 against one of the young guns there, which is cool if he wants to do that. But me, in my opinion, I'm thinking Terrell is the perfect matchup for him right there. He's not a completely fighter that you can't look past, but he's definitely someone a softer touch than a Lubin, a Zoo, Fundora, hell, even a Brian Mendoza, a Castaño, although they fought back in the day and Castaño beat him. I don't think right now Castaño's right now because Castaño's trickier and he's already beaten Spence as well. So Hussein is my guess.
Is your guess or your preference?
My guess and my preference, both.
Yeah, I don't know. I think your preference is spot on. I don't know if that's going to actually materialize though, but we shall see.
Yeah.
All right, Jay, before we move to the next topic, let me just go ahead and do my spiel. We got 95 people in the building. Guys, 99 now. Please smash the like button so that people can find this content and help people find the channel. And it's free, guys. Make sure you smash that like button or the dislike button if you don't like the content, but smash it. And if you are new to the channel, this is AM Sports Media, the Angry Man Podcast. We are always dropping boxing related content. Become a subscriber. Subscribers, think about becoming members. $2.99 a month. It helps support the channel, allows us to bring you this great content. And also, we got AM Sports Cover 4 pinned to the top of the chat. That's our new channel for college football. We're up to 213 subscribers or something like that. And we actually had some videos that have gone pretty viral considering we only have 200 subscribers. So go over there and support so we can monetize, and it'll help support this channel as well. So thank you, guys. All right, Jay, what is next?
Yeah, so a fight that hasn't been officially announced yet, but we believe it's pretty much at the goal line, crossing the goal line when they announce it. Hopefully they announce it this week because it's getting closer to the 10-week mark to get into June. If the fight's going to be in June, close to the 10-week mark. And then I'm speaking about Frank Martin versus Gervonta Tank Davis.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been going back and forth a little bit on Twitter and whatnot. Frank talking tough a little bit for himself on there. I don't know if he's talking too much or talking too tough, but I like it. He's a very confident guy on there. Low key, don't really talk a lot, but he did talk about, he's like, what he says, if you Debo, I'm Craig.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that, but Frank. But do you think he's talking too much out there or just right?
I don't think he's talking too much. I don't think he's talking too much at all. I just think, I think there's going to be a struggle to back it up. And when you think about his last fight against Yildirim, not Yildirim, Interim? Damn, I know. Artem. Yeah, I'm losing his name. In that fight, that guy right there, very slick, amateur background, bronze medalist, 2016 Olympics. It just felt like the guy brought a different dimension. Not to say that Frank wasn't on his level, but he just brought a dimension of different things that he could present to Frank, that Frank just didn't feel like he could. I don't know. It just didn't feel like Frank knew what to do, even though I felt like he was getting the correct instructions from Derrick James. He just seemed to not be able to execute it. And I don't know if it was just the guy showing him dimensions that he hasn't seen before, and that was a challenge, or what. But Tank has been around for a long time. He's been boxing since he's a kid. He's going to bring those different dimensions. He's going to bring that next level, 2 or 3. So that's where I become concerned, because if Tank goes to that next level or that next gear or that 3rd or 4th gear, will Frank be able to react, interpret, understand, process, and execute? You know what I mean? So that's really my concern with Frank. I think he's good, but we got to see what he does when the gears are shifted up with somebody like Tank. That's where I'm at.
No, I agree with you on that. I mean, I like Frank. It's like I like this matchup. I hate the fact that one of them is going to lose, and I think it's going to be possibly Frank. But I think Frank brings a lot to the table as far as the way he fights. He's a tough fighter. About the last fight, with Artem, he can't get in that situation there where he says that I can see it, I just can't pull the trigger. Because while he's not pulling the trigger, Tank's gonna be pulling that trigger. So Tank's gonna be coming with fire on him. So he can't be like he was in that last fight. So we'll see how much he's adjusted and see if he's going to listen to DJ. Because DJ was telling him everything right in that last fight. DJ was giving him great advice and he just wouldn't do it. He just couldn't see it for whatever reason. He was off, he said. But I like the fight, man. I like it. I don't think Frank is doing anything out of the norm. He's not clout chasing. He's not being anyone but himself. He's always talked a little bit when people come at him. For whatever he responds, he's not really wanting to really get out there and start taking digs or anything like that. So I respect that about Frank because he's still being authentically him. And this is going to be a hell of a fight. I'm not sleeping on Frank at all. Some people are like, oh, it's just going to be easy knockout. Da, 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 da. I'm like, nah, I don't think it's going to be easy knockout. I don't think so. Tank's going to have to work for it. I respect both of them. I like both of them, though.
Yeah, I like both of them as well, man. I enjoy Frank. I think Frank got, to some extent, a bad rap against Shakur Stevenson, how that all played out. But I think he bears some responsibility for it as well. But I'm looking forward to this fight. As mentioned before, we felt that one of Shakur, Devin, or Frank were going to be opponents that we needed to see Gervonta Davis in the ring with in 2024. We're getting one of them. Tank has said on multiple occasions that the plan is to get to all of them, and I believe it. So maybe this is the first step, and I'm happy to see that fight. It will be a good fight. Tank versus Frank. Woo! So,
yeah, man, that's gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice. So that's rumored to be around June. I've seen different dates in June out there, but nothing official. But this week should be coming out. Hopefully this week or next week they'll be coming out with something official saying that boom, and we get an exact date so we can see how this works. I know Frank has already started training. Tank was throwing jabs on because they showed pictures of Frank lifting weights. He said Frank gonna be too swole to throw punches out there. So yeah, and Tank said he's giving a head start. So Tank's supposed to be starting training camp tomorrow, I believe. So if that's the case, I'm thinking an announcement should be coming this week, hopefully, so we can make it official. So we'll have some summer things lined up for us for real. Hey, JD, I peeped that too. So now they're saying that Frank's not that good, but before he was excellent for Shakur. I thought I want to see that fight as well between those two, but you can't say he's bad. He was great for Shakur and bad for Tank. I think it's a good matchup on both sides.
That's the way it goes, though, man. Fights are great for one fighter, and it's a BS fight. Ryan, a BS fight for Tank, but it's a great fight for Devin. We see that all the time, dude. We see that all the time. So
yeah, not only that, and then people say, "Oh, this is the best side of Ryan that Devin's going to get." Tank to get that side. I'm like, this type of Ryan, the one that's been all over the place. This ain't the best Ryan. You gotta be there mentally. Boxing is about 85% mental. You don't play boxing. He's gonna get in there. Hell, he might get knocked out by Devin. He going there with this stuff he saw him acting like right now. So wouldn't be surprised it happened, but it is what it is. But they need to put some respect on Frank's name. Frank's not an easy win. He's a real good fighter. For sure. He's a good fighter.
For sure. We got anything else?
Yeah, we got a couple things. A couple things with Floyd Money Mayweather. He came out. He had an interview. He talked about how if Benavidez can't get the fight with Canelo, Bud can't get the fight against Canelo, they should fight each other. And that's something we've been saying for the longest, that it's a way that Bud can take one of them out, get rid of Benavidez, get that mandatory, and then he has to force Canelo's hand, or Canelo ducks. It shows that he's truly ducking him. I don't think Canelo wants to fight either one, honestly. He says a lose-lose for him on that, but I'm not mad at Floyd for saying that. People started getting good enough. Floyd, you didn't do X, Y, Z. I'm like, y'all don't know who Pretty Boy was. Pretty Boy was a straight-up killer. Pretty Boy fought everybody. So stop with the foolishness saying that Floyd was ducking people and doing X, Y, Z. Floyd fought fighters coming off their best wins. He took a lot of O's from people. He's fought the most champions, and they weren't just like regular champions. They weren't just shitty champions. They were fighters that were good. So miss me with that. Y'all need to go do your research on Pretty Boy and know who he was first before Money May. Then you can talk about Money May. Two different fighters, two different segments of his career. But I agree with what Floyd said because he basically said what we said about an option for Bud to go.
Yeah, my thing is, man, do I care if Crawford goes up and fight Benavidez? No, I don't care. Do I care if he fights Boots? Not really. Yeah, I get it. He's an old dude, or he's older. You know, he's not gonna face anybody that's a real threat to him. He's looking for a bag. He's looking for a bag, right? What annoys the hell out of me is when you have the fan base that make up these weird excuses. Oh, he's chasing greatness. That's why he won't fight Boots. No, he's not. He's chasing money. You know, because if it was greatness, why is he looking to fight Eubanks Jr.? Oh, he getting ready for Canelo. PBC had already offered him the fights that they were going to offer him, and he didn't want those fights. They never offered him Canelo because he was never going to get that fight. It's never going to happen. So he's not getting ready for Canelo. That's not what's happening. So, it's the measurables. That's why it's okay for him to fight Canelo Alvarez, but it's not all right for him to fight David Benavidez. But those same fans will say Canelo's a duck for not fighting David Benavidez when Canelo Alvarez has the exact same measurables as Terence Crawford, if not actually shorter because he got shorter arms. So it doesn't make any sense. Then they'll go to, well, it's weight because David Benavidez, he rehydrates 20 pounds. So does Canelo. Canelo coming in at probably 185 to 188. He's not coming in at 172. He's rehydrating up high as well. So all this stuff, all these comments is just complete nonsense to me. If a Terence Crawford fan were to say, hey man, Bud older right now, Spence was the one that he needed to get. He got that one. He looking for another couple of paydays, big paydays, and he trying to get out of the sport. Respect. I respect that. And they turn around and say, you know what, David Benavidez, he'll beat the brakes off Bud. You know, Boots. I'm a little bit afraid of Boots. I think Bud can beat him. I think he might be able to get him, but I'm a little concerned about Boots, the way he looks, the speed, the power, the size. I'm a little bit concerned about that. I don't really want to see my favorite fighter get in the ring and get somebody like that. I can respect that. I can't respect, oh, well, what has Jerron Boots Ennis done? Well, he's won the IBF title, but that's not enough. But Eubanks, who has only been an interim champion at 160, somehow that fight does make sense. And you find a reason to support your favorite fighters. So those are the things I cannot stand, dog. Just the double talk, the constant double talk. You know what I'm saying? Just say, listen, I don't want to see Crawford in the ring with Benavidez, man. You're going to put him in a casket position just like we saw from Ngannou. I respect that. I don't want to see him in the ring with a young bull like that. That bull too young, man. He might give Crawford hell. I respect that. Leave all the bullshit excuses out. I don't respect those.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. It's like, to your point about the measurables, like Bernie has said, oh, well, you know, Benavidez been campaigning at 168. So what? If you make the weight, you make the weight. Is what I've been hearing people talk before.
Yep.
You know, they use that excuse for Tank. Tank and Devin. You make the weight, all that matters. You know, you made the weight on the fight night, that's all that matters. Bump everything else, no matter what you rehydrate to. You know, so I mean, don't use the excuse now. I mean, my thing with Bud right now, if you're not gonna fight Boots or come back down to 147, just drop the belts. You're holding the belts for no reason, man. You're holding the belts for no reason. If you want a bag, I get it. Get a bag, but I don't like Eubanks Jr. Eubanks Jr. I saw something about this talking about, you know, PBC was offering Bud, you know, Jamel Charlo. We understood why he didn't want to fight Jamel. Jamel has no belts, and Jamel messed the bag up anyway by his poor performance against Canelo. If he had a better performance against Canelo, then we probably would have been getting this Mel and Bud fight. Mel messed that up. I get that. You're moving up. There's Lubin there. Lubin's an intriguing fight. Much more intriguing fight than Chris Eubanks Jr. And fighting Eubanks Jr. is not the gateway to getting to Canelo. It's one thing they had a similar style or something like that. Eubanks Jr. is 1-1 in his last 2 fights. Got a knockout and got knocked out. And he's trained by the same trainer as Bud. I know Bernie said, well, he's going to go elsewhere. He's going to get somewhere else. Get another trainer. I'm like, okay, whatever. But if you're going to go to 168, don't cherry pick who you're going to fight at 168. Fight him.
Yeah, I agree. And it's again, if they just came out, even with the team, like Bernie was in the comment section of one of our videos talking about it's about legacy. It ain't about just money. Y'all keep trying to say this money. It's about legacy. Going up and beating Benavidez, that would be one of the biggest fights in boxing history from a legacy perspective. A guy that started off at, 35, went all the way up to 68 and beat the killer that was at 68 that nobody wanted to fight. Not even another top 5 pound for pound fighter. That's the one right there, dude. That's the one. But they just say it's money. Just say it's money. We know it's not legacy. It's money, and that's okay. But man, stop trying to fool people, man. And that's I always tell people there are 2 reasons why. Because I was, and Jay, you know this because you were as well. We were both Terence Crawford fans. There were 2 things that made me kind of not say that I'm not a fan of his style, because I've always been a fan of his style. I think he's a good fighter. But what made me just like kind of get turned off by Crawford was number 1, re-signing with Top Rank. I'm like, why are you re-signing with Top Rank when all the better fighters are over there on PBC? Go over there so you can, number 1, make the money and become a star. Like, what are you doing? But he was so concerned about guaranteed dollars, trying to figure out, because he didn't feel like Terence Crawford was not willing to bet on Terence Crawford. He never was. That's why he was looking to try to get these guaranteed dollars, because he didn't feel like he sold. So that was my first thing. And then the other thing that turned me off about him, because even after he re-signed, I was still like, man, I'm cool with Crawford. But man, just like LeBron James, he is constantly trying to control the narrative. He goes through the comment section, he reads the YouTube comments, and then he regurgitates exactly all of the same talking points that his fans make, so that it just it creates a virtual cycle, right? Where they feed him, he feeds them the exact same BS, and then they believe it's true and continue to spew it. So that was always my challenge with Terence Crawford, man. Yeah. Yeah, man, you know what? Let me go ahead and open up the phone lines, man. Let me go ahead and open up the phone lines.
Hit us up too.
Who?
Tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, hold on. So phone lines are open. Tunnel did send us something too, didn't he? $5, Tunnel. Yeah. I appreciate you, Tunnel. Thank you. Both those hoe ass ninjas need to drop the belts, then do whatever they want to do. That makes sense.
Stop holding the weight classes.
All right, phone lines are open because folks say they calling in today. I feel like Band Up need to come to the front of the congregation, man, because he been talking wild about these MMA dudes. AS Meeks, what's going on with you, fam? AS Meeks says, if you follow their social media, all boxers try to control their narrative. Yeah, but he goes to great lengths to try to control his narrative. That's the thing that I can't stand. He goes to great length to try to control his narrative.
Also, Greg, to the point about Bud, that's killing legacy shit. It's not about legacy no more. It's about money. And that's fine.
It is fine.
That's fine. You know, but don't try to twist it when it's one thing, when it's one fighter, or it's about legacy. Then move the goalpost and say it's about money. It can be about both, but in this case here, it's strictly about the bag. And I'm okay with that. Get the bag. Drop the belts, though. Drop the belts.
Absolutely. Oh, we got my guy. He's in the building.
What's going on, OG? How you doing? Everybody
going
doing
on?
good?
Doing good.
Man, listen, man. I'm calling because you got these weirdos in the chat talking about Bud could do whatever he want. Why would he fight Boots? And Boots jumped out of the... Listen, bro. Number one, right? That doesn't make any business sense. Boots was fighting on Showtime, which was all... His fights were... His manager was tethered to the PBC, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like Steven Espinoza is on the PBC now. That shit makes no sense, bro. Why and how would it be possible for Bud to get a fight with Boots and not Spence first when they was trying to make the fight before he ran his ass over to Black Lives Matter Prime that went out of business,
Right.
bro? Like, come on, bro. It's not possible. Number one. Number two, I guess the belts don't matter no more, right?
Mm-hmm.
And before the belts mattered, I guess Boots is not a legacy fight. But don't Boots got the IBF belt?
He does.
Didn't Bud say he wanted to be 3-time undisputed?
He did.
He said that, right?
He did.
So what's the problem? You mean to tell me you'll fight Tim Tszyu or Thurman, and you said you want to fight Thurman, but you'll move up a weight class and fight a guy who you have no idea about, who you probably might, he probably could take your punches a little bit better because he's younger than you are, he's bigger than you are. He's a champion at 154. He probably rehydrates a little bit more than 154, so he can take the steam in the punches a lot better. It's not like you're fighting for 4 belts. You're only fighting for 1. Instead of fighting Boots, the guy that's in your weight class with the IBF belt for 3-time undisputed. And you get more credit because you're 3-time undisputed and you fought one of the second most dangerous guy in the division for the belt, bro. I don't understand. It's like apples and oranges, bro. Like what is going on with these Bud Dusty fans, bro? Like, stop me eating. It's not stop, bro. Just stop. It's not that difficult, bro. It's very simple. It makes the perfect sense for business. It makes the perfect sense for Bud. You know what I mean? Get that last fight out of here, and then whatever you want to do at that point, it'll force Canelo. It'll force people to say, "Oh yeah, Bud should probably fight Canelo, or Canelo could probably give him a chance because he don't care about who he fight." In my opinion.
Yeah, I think
he gets. I
think he would get credit.
A Boots? Come on.
I think he would get credit for fighting Boots. I think there would be a lot of people that would, discredit him as well. But I think he would get credit for fighting Boots. But he would get more credit for going up and beating Benavidez. If he truly wants a Canelo fight, then go fight Benavidez. You beat him. Canelo is forced to take that fight.
Mm-hmm. Which I highly doubt. Let's be real, man. Yeah. Benavidez will walk Bud in the corner, and he will put him to sleep.
I'd be right there to watch.
I definitely will watch it, but I don't think I don't think that he has the power. I don't think he has the power to keep a guy like Benavidez, or he might have the skill if they were the same size. But let's be real, the weight classes for a reason part comes into play when it boils down to Benavidez versus Bud, man, because he's not gonna walk Benavidez back and sleep him. He gonna have to work from that long ass jab, 30 punches per second, and power on all of them shits. And he's punching you in the clinch at range. He's just as fast as you are, and he's younger than you, bro. So let's stop with this bullshit, bro. You know what I mean? Just fight Boots if you want legacy and you want 3 times undisputed. After that, drop all the fucking belts and go somewhere else and fight whoever you want to fight. At that point, we don't care because you're not holding up the division.
Right.
That's all I got to say about it. And Canelo, man, he is the biggest disgrace to boxing. And I don't know why Floyd gave him the maybe it's just the boxing gods, and that's what they had in their mind. But putting this guy in a position to do what he wants, he's blatantly ducking the smoke, and nobody all his fans are just like blind to it. There's even motherfuckers telling me that Munguia deserves to fight more than Benavidez, who has been champion twice, and lost the belt for his own negligence. But he's been a champion. Munguia has not accomplished anything, and he's fought 44 fucking people and knocked out 34 of them. Nobody's, bro. Yep. People that have already been started. So I ain't gonna take up your time, man. Thank you for having me on the line. I just wanted to say it because typing it really don't do much for people sometimes. Maybe they need to hear it.
I feel you, fam. Appreciate you calling in.
All right, take care.
All right, later. All right. Phone lines are back open. We got Band Up in the building. What's going on with your Band Up?
Oh, yeah. What's good?
Yeah.
Hold up.
What's up? What's up?
First of all, we're going to have to talk about this, bro. You want us Crawford fans, you know what I mean, to sit here and just bend over backwards and just say, we don't want him. Oh, we just think his boots are too fast and all this stuff, and we think Benavidez is too big. What do you, wait. Who do you think we are, Ngannou fans? And I'm going to get on that, too. But I got to get on this Crawford stuff. Hold up. Bro, we accept all that. We don't believe that Boots will beat Bud.
Okay.
Who do they compare Boots to? Bud, right?
Okay.
So it's like when they compare Kobe Bryant to who? Michael Jordan, right? So we talking about Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. We already know who we taking. You did? So I'm not hearing none of that. I'm not hearing none of that when it comes to the young phenom. And then you guys making it seem like you guys don't want Bud to get acclimated to the weight. And you kind of contradicting yourself a little bit. Or you want to explain this to me, Greg, when you talking about, it's not legacy for him to fight Canelo, who is the champion, but it's legacy for him to fight the contender in Benavidez?
Never said that.
You just said it would be legacy if somebody came from 138 and beat Benavidez, right?
No, exactly. But exactly. Hold on, let me say this. Exactly, but I didn't say that it wouldn't be legacy to beat Canelo Alvarez. I'm just saying that when Terence Crawford fans try to make it seem like there's no benefit in fighting David Benavidez, I'm saying that that's not factually correct, because David Benavidez will actually be the WBC champion by the time Terence Crawford were to get into the ring with him, and moving up from 135 all the way to 168 to claim any title, specifically a title against the actual Mexican monster, the one that everybody in the division is avoiding. That is also legacy defining. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. You have to explain that to me, because I'm like, because that boy's a champion up there. If he take that from him, that's good. That's just as good. But the man got to get acclimated to the weight. And
no, he don't. Why he got it? Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that there would be an acclimation period if he had the opportunity to go right into a Canelo Alvarez fight?
Bro, that's a money fight. What are you talking about? Just different. That's a money fight. No. Who's turning down Canelo? Answer that.
Don't turn down David Benavidez. That's the second biggest fight you can make.
No, Greg. Who's turning down Canelo?
No one.
Exactly.
So
so he's gonna go there. He's gonna go there with them. And what happens if he wants to go there with them?
So hold on.
Match up.
So hold on. So let me ask a question. So you think that he's trying to fight Eubank to get acclimated to the weight to then fight Canelo Alvarez?
I'm not. I haven't. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I kind of had a tragic ending in my family, so I ain't really been on it about the whole Eubanks. I don't know if he called for the Eubanks or Eubanks called for him. I just, kind of picking it up a little bit. But if he is trying to go fight, if Terence Crawford is trying to push for that fight, his team's trying to push for that fight, then clearly he's trying to get acclimated to the weight. Clearly he's skipping over the other division. So
number one, my condolences. I want to put that out there first.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, man.
My father, my dad last Monday.
Oh man, I'm really sorry to hear that, bro.
It's all right. We handling it.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Now you make me not want to cook you, man. I don't want to cook you too much.
No.
I don't want to grill you too much, man.
Because you. Oh no! Do not change the energy. You know what I mean? I gotta put my mind somewhere different. So
hold on.
Go ahead.
So let me ask you. So you think he's getting acclimated? So let me say this. It's already out there who the next few fights were going to be for Canelo Alvarez. And it's also out there what PBC offered Terence Crawford. He didn't take any of those fights, but none of them were Canelo Alvarez. He's not getting that fight. That's not going to be the fight. He's not getting that fight. So he's not moving. If he's moving up to 160, it's a money grab, bro. That's it. It's a money grab. Somehow they believe Eubanks is going to sell.
Yeah. I mean, Terence Crawford do got a name.
Yeah.
And if it is a money grab, I've said it on this channel many times. I'm with Crawford getting the bag. That's how you want to go out. That's how you want to go out. But you know what I mean. I don't want to see him fight no Avanesians to get to get a bag. I will say that I don't want to see him fight no Avanesians. And another thing, I had no idea you had such disdain for LeBron James. What is the matter with LeBron James? Hold up, Greg. You might get me on some of this boxing talk. But when it comes to that basketball, that NBA, brother, you don't want none. You don't want none. I'm going to teach you a thing or two. And you talking about the GOAT? GOAT James?
Whoa.
What?
GOAT James?
GOAT at what?
Man up you on this one.
The GOAT James.
GOAT at what?
James, the GOAT of the NBA, the best player to ever touch a basketball. The only player with 40. Hold on, watch this. The only player with 40,000, 10,000, 10,000. Hold up. The only player with 30,000, 10,000, 10,000. Hold up. The only player with 20,000, 10,000, 10,000. That man's a career triple dub. We just gonna leave it there before I get into the individuals. Cause I don't really get on you when it comes to King James. This is the only guy to have come in at 18 and live up and surpass the hype. How much weight was put on that man's shoulders? Could he be this? Could he be that? And look where he's at. You drop that man in any era, that man dominates on any team.
Sure he does. I'm not going to turn this into a basketball thing, but I will say this: Michael Jordan, 6-time champion, 10-time league scoring champion, 5-time league MVP, leads the NBA in history in PER, win shares, value over replacement player, game score, has 18 of the top 100 game scores in NBA history. So he's leading out of the 8 traditional basketball categories, and from a points per game perspective, he beats LeBron James out of 5 of those stats. So LeBron, yes, that's great. He's great. Longevity, great. Labalco has done his thing, man. But at the end of the day, the GOAT is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. So now let's move on back to boxing. All right, man. What you had to say?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're gonna have to open up the podcast one of these days for basketball talk. So I'm gonna get on you about that. Ooh, you got my blood boiling with that. You got my blood boiling a little bit. But look, my man Crawford is gonna come out. Oh no, we're gonna get him at Ngannou, bro. Oh my God, he got obliterated. That man got obliterated. And I want to say there is a little difference with Joshua. I think there is a little difference from the Usyk fight and where he's at now. I think he's actually got his head deep in the game. I might have to go back and watch that last Usyk fight to see how he really was, coming forward and performing, you know what I mean? But his mindset's a little different. He actually went in there and tried to really get this dude out of there, and he got him out of there. I'm not gonna cap. He did that. And Ngannou, bro, he's like, man, he seems like he don't know what to do with all that weight. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he it really don't look like he got better from the Tyson Fury fight. I'm gonna keep it a stack.
But you thought he had a chance though. You said he was gonna knock out AJ.
Yes, I did because Anthony Joshua, I didn't think he had the punch power like that, honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna tell you what it is. You didn't realize that Francis Nnganou had never been in there with punchers like that who have been in in there for the last 20 years have been training themselves to punch. So they punch much harder than guys in MMA. And he got in there with Tyson Fury, and that created a false sense of security. And he got his ass knocked into a casket position. Just as simple.
You know, see the thing about the Tyson Fury thing, I just think Tyson's so much bigger than the rest of the heavyweights. You know what I mean? He's one of the, you know what I mean? He's one of the bigger ones when it comes to him versus Wilder, or him versus Joshua, or him versus Usyk. You know what I mean? He's a lot bigger than those guys. So and like the tallness, so he leans over those type of guys. You know what I mean? When it came to Ngannou, he can't really just lean on Ngannou. Ngannou got more. I told you he had more muscle mass than him. You know what I mean? He's a lot more thicker. So Tyson trying to come in there, Tyson was really going to have to pull out some Supreme-style boxing compared to a guy like AJ. Look at his stature. He carries his weight different than Tyson. Tyson's weight is a lot in his stomach and his midsection. AJ's weight is a lot in his arms, his chest, his shoulders. You know what I mean? He carries, you know, he's kind of a little top-heavy more than he's bottom-heavy. So when he's throwing, it comes from a higher thrust. And going in there and punching Ngannou like he did, you can knock that type of, you know what I mean, that type of stature down better than a Tyson Fury could, because Tyson Fury's little slim, little fat boy arms, you know what I mean, wasn't going to really putt with somebody that got that type of muscle mass, why he was able to get knocked down by Ngannou. Anthony Joshua did show some supreme skill with that power. I did not think he had that power, because I didn't think when he was fighting Ruiz, I didn't think that type of power was in those fights. You know what I mean? When he fought Usyk, I didn't think that type of power was in those fights. So we haven't seen that type of power, that one punch that he threw, you know what I mean, and that one that he threw kind of before that. We haven't seen that type of power from Joshua for a while. And, you know what I mean, he kind of put everybody on notice with that, especially, you know what I mean, somebody like myself, you know what I mean, that really wasn't giving him much props from the jump.
I don't think he put anybody on notice. Not in boxing. He put all MMA fighters on notice, though. He put every MMA fighter on notice. You come in with a box, you likely to get your damn head knocked into the third row. But outside of that, nobody else. Nah.
Yeah. But I appreciate you guys for letting me on. I'm gonna tap in. I'm gonna stay in the comment section. Salute AM Podcast. Yeah.
Appreciate your fam, man. And once again, man, condolences, bro.
Condolences, my dude.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No worries. Later. That was the good friend to the show. Band up. Saw somebody else calling in. 929. I missed you. 929. And 850. We missed 929 and 850.
So, Greg, you're saying that we don't want Crawford to fight Canelo and become 3-time undisputed. I'm like, we don't care about that.
I do. I don't want him to. I don't want him to.
The line.
Yeah, I don't want him to. I don't want him to become 3-time undisputed. You damn right. 929, you on with the Angry Man Podcast.
Yeah, what up, Jason and Greg?
What's going on with you, fam?
This is Motorsport Sports.
Oh, what's going on, Motorsports?
What's out the fam?
Hey man, I ain't speak to y'all in a minute. I ain't call in since Boot Sport Cameron.
Yeah, what's going on with you?
In a minute.
Yeah, I was just hearing the first caller talking about Bud, man. It's just hilarious, bro.
What about it?
Yeah, he's saying over like Bud should fight Benavidez or Bud should fight Boots. It's like I don't know, like Bud could fight Boots, yeah, but what did he get out of fighting Boots? Those that they took from him, that he didn't lose.
But let me ask you this: what do you think? What do you think he gets out of fighting Eubanks?
He's moving up. It's better than fighting Boots.
Why?
They're trained by the same trainer too.
Eubanks is a better name, a bigger name. Eubanks been in the game.
So you're saying it's about money?
Same amount as Buzz. Huh?
So you're saying it's about money?
Yes, it's about money for Bud at this point in his career. Why wouldn't it be about anything else?
That's all I wanted to hear. I'm fine with those arguments. I'm not fine with any other argument outside of that.
Bud, in my opinion, he will beat Boots right now. If Bud fight Boots right now, Bud will beat Boots. And I think Boots is great. Like, I really believe Boots is great. He's the king of boxing, the next king of boxing. But you're dealing with Bud, man. And Boots got his own lane that he should go to. Bud is trying to get the biggest and best fight for his career. And Eubanks, if he fight Eubanks, then Jamal, then go to... I mean, whatever Bud decides to do at this point is great. Not fighting... Nobody should criticize him for not fighting Boots. Unless they're going to pay him, them saying Canelo-like money for Boots.
But why would he get Canelo-like money, though? I mean, I can see Eubank-like money, but not Canelo-like money.
I mean, give him Eubank type money. They ain't going to even give him... They wouldn't even give him Eubank money. They would try to give him like $3 million, $4 or $5 million. So Boots' profile ain't up there yet. Skills is up there. Boots' skills up there, but his profile ain't up there. So I wouldn't even want Boots to fight, but fighting Boots is going backwards.
Yeah, I like what the boxing short just said. What do you feel about Terence Crawford fighting Carlos Adames?
I've been asking for that.
Great fight. I want Boots to. I actually want Bud to fight Carlos.
Who you got winning?
I got Bud stopping it. I got Bud stopping everybody.
Wow.
I don't got nobody, not one fighter going the distance with Bud. Not even Canelo.
So hold up. So what weight classes are you talking about?
Up until 160, 168.
So then you have him stopping Benavidez. You say he'll stop Benavidez?
David Benavidez is not a 168 pounder.
But he makes the weight.
Not 168 pounds. Yo, I'm not gonna get Benavidez fighter. But the only reason why Benavidez beats everybody at 168 like handily is the same reason why Errol Spence beat everybody at 147 handily.
Mm-hmm. Which is
too big for the weight class.
Okay.
You're just gonna run through everybody. Like you ain't really winning it like
Motorsport.
Power everybody.
I got a question for you, Motorsport.
Huh?
If David Benavidez was 168 undisputed, would you be calling for a Bud to go up to 168 be 3-time?
If he was undisputed right now, no. It's not about the weight class, fellas. It's not about the weight class. It's about the name who he's fighting. You get what I'm saying? So it's not about yo, go to 168 and fight everybody at 168. Why would he do that? Canelo went to 175. He didn't fight everybody at 175. He went to 175 and fought Kovalev.
Yeah, with Canelo went up there and fought Kovalev, but I heard it was wasn't there a rehydration clause on that fight too?
I mean, if we had to take the clause or whatever, but I'm just saying, they fighting for names. It's not really fighting for. When you get to a certain point in your career and it's boxing, you're fighting for the name and the money. Like,
yeah,
you're not really, just like
you said he's for 3-time undisputed though. You said he want to be 3-time undisputed.
Like winning fought Canelo. Like these dudes it's not about the weight class, it's about the name of the fight and the biggest bag you can get.
Yeah, as long as that's the argument you making, dog, I don't have a problem with that argument. Like, I have a problem when people start talking about, Bud, it's about the legacy. It's about the legacy. No, it's not about the legacy. It's about the money. I'm okay with saying it's about the money, but when cats start talking about, why you fighting Boots? Man, Boots ain't done nothing. Eubank ain't done nothing. So then why he fighting Eubank? Oh, because they feel like Eubank has a bigger profile to make money. Got it. That's all you got to say. I'm cool with that. But don't present it as something that is not.
Yeah, it's about the money. It's about the money. It don't matter who it is. Bud's not scared of nobody. Nobody's scared of Bud. But it gotta make sense. Just for them to fight, gotta make sense. That's how boxing's been going for years and years and years. Like the names gotta make sense for them to fight each other. They're not gonna fight each other if they can't make the biggest money and it makes the most sense. So like it's not about the weight class. It's not about my legacy. I'm gonna No, it's about I'm going to make the most money for this fight and for this name at this particular time. I'm going to take the fight.
Yep. No, I feel you there, man.
That's all I got. Jason and Greg, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to enjoy the show. Thanks for answering the call.
Appreciate you, fam. Thanks for calling.
Yep.
All right, we missed a few calls. 850. Oh, I know who this is. My guy Walt's in the building. What's going on with you, fam?
What's going on, man? I'm sorry I'm a little late, but I'm a real FSU dude. I was over there watching FSU women's softball. My girl Edgenfield just hit a grand slam, put us up 13-8.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? But Greg, here's like I say this all the time. I picked Errol Spence to beat Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
But here's the difference between me and you, Greg. You keep wanting him to fight a dude that's gonna outweigh him by 40 pounds, man. You know what I'm saying? I agree he's going for the bag, but you can't put him in the ring with Benavidez. You know that's like him fighting a heavyweight, man. You know
hey, listen.
And everybody knows he's going for the bag when he's talking about Canelo. So people need to stop saying that about he wants to be. If he wants to be 3 times undisputed, fight at 154 and get that. Or fight at 160 and get that. Because at 168, David Benavidez is going to be a champion at 168 because Canelo's going to vacate other than fighting him. So Terence is not going to fight David Benavidez.
So hold on,
no amount of money they're going to put on the line for that because Benavidez will walk in the ring like 190 to 200 pounds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, I don't disagree with that, Walt, but Canelo Alvarez rehydrates to the same amount of weight, and I've heard certain Terence Crawford fans talking about Tank needs to get into the ring with Devin Haney.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I'm the one that's saying Tank doesn't need to fight Devin Haney, who's going to weigh 170, and I agree with you on that. But the reason why I'm saying Crawford's not going to do it because he's not going to have what he'll have on Canelo. He's going to have a longer reach on Canelo, and he's a little taller. And people need to stop acting like it's even when they saying to jump the fight, to go to 168 because it's not. Because even David Morrell would be way too big for Crawford. You know what I'm saying? So he's fighting. He wants Canelo because he knows the only advantage Canelo has is the weight. It's just like when Floyd had no problem fighting Canelo because the only advantage he's going to have is the weight. And Canelo's skill set is not. Crawford's skill set is a lot better than Canelo's. People keep acting like it's really close. But we've only seen Canelo fight every time he gets in the ring with somebody who's really skilled and has good footwork. He gets really smacked around. Mm-hmm. We seen Lara beat him. We seen Trout beat him. I mean, but they gave them both of them. I mean, the other Trout could have been 50-50, but Lara beat him. So that's why I'm being honest with you. I think Crawford really embarrasses Canelo. Because Canelo's slower than he used to be, so Crawford's with his still speed, unless he waits a couple more years. If Crawford's where he is now, like he looked against Errol, he wins that fight going away. I don't think he stops him, but he wins it going away.
So let me ask you this, Walt. If he were to get into the ring with Canelo Alvarez and get the absolute dog shit beat out of him, would you celebrate with me?
Would I celebrate?
Yeah, would you celebrate with me?
No, because I don't like Canelo. I don't like Canelo. And I'm not a hater of Terence Crawford. I just thought Errol was going to beat him. I always knew Terence Crawford was a bad boy. But listen to this, bro. How do you see Canelo beating him? Is he just going to run at him like a crazy man? Because if they're standing there and Crawford can use his footwork, Canelo can't handle that. You seen Bibble's footwork mystify Canelo. He didn't know what to do. Am I right or am I wrong? Did Bibble's footwork mystify Canelo?
Yeah, but I think Bivens' footwork at his size is a different formula than Terence
Yeah, but
Crawford.
Bivens not a power puncher either, so he was just hitting with combinations. If you can blind Canelo with shots and step away from what he's doing, you beat him. That's why that's why he never wanted to fight Boo Boo Andre when he could have had a chance to fight him. Because if you remember when David Benavidez, when they first talked about fighting Boo Boo, this was a few years back, his managers and them was even saying, all he wants to do is win. They wanted it to be a more like just mano-a-mano fight. Terence is not going to go in there and try to throw blow for blows with Canelo. He's going to outsmart him. And he's going to get it. Huh?
I think the disconnect between me and you, Walt, because I think we see it the same to some extent, but I think the disconnect between us, though, is that I think you believe the skill. I believe Terence Crawford has a better skill set, but I think the gap is way smaller than. I think the gap is way smaller than what you think.
No, see, Greg, here's where I disagree, because we've been watching Canelo up against guys who don't have that skill set. Ever since that Lara fight, what Floyd did and then Lara did, he goes nowhere near that skill set. Go back and watch Shakur Stevenson against the Canelo's boy at 130, and watch Canelo in the audience in that fight. He's watching that fight like looking to see trying to learn what he can do against fighters who fight like that. You don't see him. He's concentrating on that fight harder than I've ever seen him concentrating on the fight, because he knows he has no answers for that style.
Yeah, but hold on. Crawford's style is not defensive. That's where y'all keep talking about this similar styles.
Greg, I'm not talking about this. You don't have to be as defensive as Shakur to fight Canelo. You just have to be able to get in and get out without getting hit. And Crawford can do that, guys. He just hasn't had to do it against the guys he's going up against, man. I'm telling you. He's not going to fight Canelo the same way. Everybody thinks Crawford's going to go there and try to get him out of there like he does everybody else. Crawford's going to go in there and use his speed and footwork because it's a big payday, and then he gets big kudos for fighting one of the most overrated fighters in the history of boxing. And that's who Canelo Alvarez is. Because if your biggest claim to fame is beating Triple G, come on, bro. How are you this great fighter of all time, which people are trying to claim him at, and his biggest win of his career is against Triple G, a guy who wouldn't fight other guys? Triple G was middleweight champion for how many years and never tried to unify? When he could have fought Ward. Canelo could have fought Ward. People let these people get away with all this stuff of saying how great they are without seeing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I mean, I'm looking at it because I'm an older dude. I'm looking at dudes who put up or shut up. I remember when Pryor fought Aguayo when everybody didn't want to fight Aguayo. It's like these dudes now either talking a big game like the Haneys, you know what I'm saying? You keep catching them in lies and then they change the lie to another lie. Or you got the people who blow Canelo up like he's been this all-time great. When Ward was right, look at the guys that he beat when he beat him.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Walt, but let me ask you this. I want to ask you this.
Yeah.
I saw Terence Crawford in the ring against Errol Spence.
Yeah.
And this didn't have anything to do with his style. Terrence's legs are not what they were before. He doesn't zip in and out anymore. He did when he first got to welterweight. He does not do that anymore. He kind of stands there.
Right.
And he hold on, let me finish. He didn't look fleet-footed, right? Now you got to think about what Terence Crawford looks like with 15 pounds more on him, because he got to get up to 68. So he's going to at least have to put on, let's call it 10 more pounds, walk in the ring with 10 more pounds on him versus where he was with Errol Spence. Dog, he's going to be even less mobile. I just don't see what you see. And Floyd, the thing about Floyd wasn't that mobile. Floyd could sit in the inside, make him miss and make him pay. Laura was very mobile. That's sitting in the inside, catching, making him miss and making him pay. That's not Crawford.
No, I agree. Floyd's the best defensive fighter of all time to me, him and Sweet Pea. But what I'm saying is, Crawford hasn't had to do that against the guys he's fighting. He was fighting all them, them top-ranked bums. And he studied Errol for a while, so he knew he didn't have to have movement like that against Errol. Errol fights on the front foot just like Canelo. So all Crawford's got to do against Canelo is, boom, land that quick right hand and step back. It'll be there all night against Canelo. That's what I'm saying. So if he doesn't have to be all over the ring, he doesn't have to be really crafty inside. If he can land that right and then shoot a left, he's going to win on points. I'm not saying he's going to wash Canelo. And you're right, too. Canelo could land that one big shot, but that's his only hope in that fight. It's like, dude, believe me, I'm just like you, Greg, and you got to admit, bro, you're not a Crawford fan. You said he's a skilled dude, and I had Errol, since Errol started beating Crawford, I thought he was going to beat him. Yeah. But Crawford proved to me that he's way better than he's ever been, brother, than I ever thought he was. You know what I'm saying? He's not Floyd. He'll never be Floyd.
Not
you know
me.
What I'm saying?
My thing is this.
Canelo's skill set can't beat fighters like that on a high-class level. Crawford's better than Lara. You agree with that? Crawford better than Lara?
No.
Greg, come on, bro. Crawford's better than Lara, man. You saying Lara would beat Crawford?
Today, no. Listen, here's my thing with Terence Crawford, man. I think people are taking way too much away from they're putting way too much stock in his performance against
Greg,
Spence.
be honest. Who besides Triple G, when Canelo ever made you feel like he was all that? When?
No, not like all not
Rocky
like all
Fielding,
that, no.
Javier Durham, Callum Smith. Come on, bro.
It was Chavez Jr. for me, Walt.
Huh?
It was Chavez Jr. for me, Walt. That's what made me think Canelo was the best ever.
Chavez Jr. You said Chavez Jr. was a stud? Remember, Canelo's the guy to say, I'm not fighting Mexican guys anymore. He's just not fighting the right Mexicans.
So let me ask you a question, man. What's the difference between those fighters you named and like Deary Jean and Felix Diaz and Julio Ndongo?
Bruh, that part, I used to kill Terence's resume, bruh. But I'm just saying, Canelo's an overrated fighter. So I picked Crawford in that fight because I look at their skill sets. I've watched Canelo's whole career, and believe me, I used to be a bandwagon of his. After we fought Floyd, I was like, this dude's nice. He's just, he's earning it. And then when I saw when they robbed Lara, and then I started like seeing the way he was moving, he wouldn't go nowhere near guys like that. He wouldn't go. Jay, you know that he wouldn't go nowhere near skill for the dude. The Bivol fight, he thought it was going to be another cherry pick. He didn't see that footwork from Bivol when he looked at that fight.
I agree.
And then, so don't get me wrong. It ain't the Crawford thing as much as it's the Canelo thing. I just think if Crawford can, like you're right, if he can hold that weight, he's gonna win. Because Canelo, if he can hold that weight and at least have some of his footwork, he's gonna win. Because Canelo gets mystified against dudes that he can't just stand there and pound on. Because Canelo used to move. Now he's just a plotting fighter. Unless he surprised me and rewinds the clock. If he rewinds the clock and he's moving like he was, in the Trout era, then I agree with you. He could beat Crawford. But if he can't continuously keep Crawford in the corner, he's gonna lose that fight. Because if Crawford gets off first, he wins the fight. Telling you.
We'll see.
And you guys keep up the good work because you guys got me hooked on the football channel now. You know what I mean?
I appreciate
trying to catch it every time I get a thing on my phone. I'm trying to not miss any of it, man.
Appreciate it, Walt. Thank you, man.
Y'all have a good one.
All right, later. Guys, y'all go check out AM Sports Cover 4. It's pinned to the top. I'm telling you, we dropping good content over there. And I know we done missed a few calls, so callers call back in. I think we're going for at least another 20. And 774, you in the building with the Angry Man Podcast. What's going on with you, fam?
What's up, guys? It's John Mack.
John Mack! Yeah! What's going on, John?
How are you guys?
Good, man.
Hey, let's talk about Boots for 1 second.
Yeah.
All right. What happens to Boots if he beats Crawford?
He's a superstar.
Undisputed.
Superstar.
Yeah.
Superstar, bags of money, rockets into the history books.
Yeah.
He rockets right past Spence. Big giant career blow up.
Yep.
Do you get any energy from Boots at all that he wants this fight because that's the fight that's going to make his whole world?
Boots don't talk enough to begin with, so I don't know if I can accurately judge how much energy he has in regards to this fight.
For his team, and anyone on his team, his promoter, anybody, anywhere that works for Boots or knows Boots or is a fan of Boots and all the Boots, as anyone can point me in the direction of all this energy that I'm missing of Boots trying to fight Bud.
YSM Boots has said several times he wanted that fight with Bud. Bozier said it as well.
Listen, answering Ellie Sekdak or some other YouTuber, yeah, I'll fight him, is way different than making whatever moves it takes that's going to make your world, come to be. You be the guy that you're striving to be. You're going to be undisputed. You're going to all this. We all know what happens if Boots beats Crawford, right? Mm-hmm. Huge. Yep. And I have yet to see no energy from anyone in Boots camp, Boots promoter, whoever that is, the mystery man. I'll tell you what Boots should do. He should find out whoever Ngannou's team is and hire them. Because that dude come out of nowhere, grab 2 giant bags, and out the building.
So let me ask you a question. So if a fighter makes an offer to another fighter, for a fight, that would show a high level of interest, right? Regardless of what they're actually saying, right?
If a fighter makes an offer?
Yeah, so if a fighter or a fighter's team makes an offer to another fighter, that's showing a level of interest to make a fight, right? Like that's showing interest in. Yeah, it was. I mean, they have to be interested at that point, right?
Yeah, sure. In that limited text, sure.
Yeah. So PBC offered Jaron Ennis to Terence Crawford, and Terence Crawford declined. So clearly, Jaron Ennis is interested in the fight.
PBC offered Jaron Ennis to Crawford?
Yep. According to Dan Raphael, PBC offered Jaron Ennis, as well as Jermell Charlo, and I think one other opponent, to Terence Crawford.
When was this?
This been in the last couple of months after they realized that the Errol Spence fight was not going to materialize.
Is Boots with PBC now?
Oh, well, I don't know. But apparently they had the ability to offer Jaron Ennis as an opponent for Terence Crawford. So they have a working relationship, let's say that.
Well, that's the first I'm hearing of it.
That's why we're here, John. That's why we're here to inform. Boots want the smoke, John. So you got to come up with another reason why Terence Crawford don't want to do the fight. Just say he wants money, John, and we okay with that.
I'll be happy to watch Crawford smash Boots. I got no problem. I'll pay for that fight. I'm not paying for the Eubanks fight.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
No. Okay. No, I'm not paying for no more bullshit. No. but as far as the PBC offered Terence Crawford the Boots fight, first I'm hearing of it.
Yep, we heard about it, a day or so ago. So, it is what it is, man. Bud don't want that fight, and that's okay, because that fight's not going to give him the money that he wants, and it's too dangerous. And that's what I want people to say. He was never going to fight Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford was never going to fight Jaron Ennis back in January. All of that BLK Prime stuff is just Terence Crawford taking information and changing the narrative, as far as I'm concerned. So it is what it is. That's how I view it. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but he was never going to fight. He was never going to fight Jaron Ennis back then. That's not the fight that he wants. It's a dangerous fight. And I actually think at this point, Terence Crawford beats Jaron Ennis just because of the experience.
Yeah, and Spence was a dangerous fight, right?
Who?
Spence.
Spence was a dangerous fight?
Remember Spence? I know we don't talk about him no more, but...
He don't himself.
No way Crawford's afraid of fucking Boots. You're not selling that.
Hey, maybe he's not.
So I could go to somewhere and look up this Dan Raphael saying...
I think this was behind a paywall. Somebody else took it from behind a paywall. Dan Raphael has some kind of thing that you can sign up for. And he gets these boxing newsletters, right? So you have to pay for it. So you won't just find it out there. But somebody screenshotted it and put it out.
Oh. Well, that's verifiable.
Hey man, we know. Well, we can go pay for his thing and see if he said it for real. I mean, we don't have a problem going to do that.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I'll come back and let you know.
All right, man.
Just about as believable as rolling back with dominoes.
Say again?
Just as believable as rolling back with dominoes, huh?
Oof. I'm having trouble hearing you.
It's all right.
I can't make out what you're saying. Jason's saying.
Yeah. No worries. John Mack, anything else you want to say with the people?
No, that's good.
All right, appreciate you, John. Oh, I appreciate you, man.
Right,
Thank you. Later. John Mack is actually in our Discord, so we go back and forth all the time. That's why you guys will hear us sometimes say John Mack's name. So let's see. 850, you in with the Angry Man podcast. What's going on with you, fam?
Yo, what's going on, Jason and Greg? Boston Source checking in, man. What's happening?
What's happening with you, fam?
All good, yo, all good. Can we clear something up with this Boots joint in Bud first off?
Please go ahead.
So you got these folks talking about, Boots could have been the WBO mandatory. Well, no, because Crawford is the WBO super champ, and as a super champ, you get special privileges, including mandatory defenses. So guess what? That fight against Spence counted as a mandatory defense. And also, the WBO did order a fight between Crawford and the mandatory at the time, which was basically nullified because he was fighting Spence. So all this talk about, Boots, he could have been a WBO mandatory. Why did you go for the WBO? Because it wouldn't have mattered. Boots would have still been waiting for that WBO to be called. And as of right now, has the WBO ordered another mandatory? No.
I've said that so many times, JR, that if you go to the WBO website, you can actually see their rankings. You can go back month to month to month. They were not moving whatsoever. They were not forcing mandatories. The rankings pretty much stayed the same. It was not moving. So when they ordered the mandatory or the eliminator IBF, Boots took that because he was just trying to get to the title. But more importantly, why does it matter? WBO route, IBF route, he still ended up being his IBF mandatory. So why does it matter?
Right. Yep, ended up being IBF mandatory. So, my thing is this: hey, you the undisputed champ, so now he takes over as your mandatory. If you don't want to take it, that's cool. But they can't say Boots didn't want the Bud fight. No, he's been asked for that fight. So I don't know what the folks are talking about with that. I
don't get it.
So yeah. And your whole thing about Crawford going up to 160 or 168, yeah, that's why I said, hey, if you're going to go up to 160, fight Carlos Adames. He's the guy that's the WBC interim champ right now. Or they could probably move him up to, or elevate him to full champ. So why not fight him?
I agree. I don't disagree with that.
I don't see, hey, if you want to have a legacy, if you want to be a multi-division champion and you want to skip 154, then why not fight Carlos Adames, man? That would be something.
In a great fight.
The thing with David Benavidez, hey, if you want to, establish being an all-time pound-for-pound great, that's how you could do it, by going up, fighting Benavidez and beating him.
Exactly. Pound for pound, he would automatically vault into everyone's probably top 3 if he were able to do that. So yes, that's a legacy opportunity. Yeah, that's a legacy opportunity for him easily. And that's why I know it's not about the legacy, and that's okay. It's not about the legacy.
I mean, the thing is we know about Roy Jones. Y'all must have forgot, when he went up to heavyweight and for John Ruiz for the heavyweight title. But it was like he could have fought, Lennox Lewis or Evander Holyfield and just didn't get to that point. But still, he went up there to, establish a legacy. But it was John Ruiz. It wasn't like, he did it for the money or nothing like that. He just did it for the legacy for real.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So that was my thing on that, man. But That's pretty much all I had on this, man. Just wanted to jump in and support Angry Man Sports Media, Jason and Greg. You know what it is.
Appreciate it, fam. Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt, bro.
All right, later. That was The Boxing Source. Y'all go over there and go check him out as well, The Boxing Source. And we are going to wrap up the show with our last caller, who has made an attempt to call in several times. You probably think I'm avoiding him, but I'm not. Jerry, I was just talking about you. I said, you probably think I'm avoiding you, but I'm not. I'm leaving the best for last. So welcome to the show.
Let him cook. Let him cook. Happy Sunday, my friends.
What's going on, Jerry?
Soriano, your lender for life. Greg, I'm just going to ignore Jason today because for some reason his mic is just... You know, brother, you need to stop doing that man that way.
I'm not doing anything.
Come on, man.
Jason.
You got him using that hand-me-down mic, and y'all thinking I'm the only one that can't hear. He sounds like he's drowning underwater. But today, Jason is getting off the hook because I just want to address my boy Greg.
What's up?
Let's talk about your favorite topic.
What's that?
Terence Crawford.
Okay.
So, let's revisit the WBO and IBF route and the whole Boots, why he went that route, and so on and so forth. So, with the WBO, we are understanding that Ortiz didn't want the fight, right?
Yeah.
But he turned it down twice.
Yes.
Arocha was going to accept step-aside money because Golden Boy already said he really didn't want that fight with Crawford. He would have accepted step-aside money. So at number 3 was Jaron Boots Ennis, correct?
Wrong. Jaron Ennis was at number 2. Rocha wasn't even in the picture, and Ortiz was number 1.
That's even better. So Boots was number 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, because that's even better, Greg. That's even better. Thank you for cooperating for once. Now, on the IBF, Brawley is facing Jaron Boots Ennis, right?
Yes.
Do you know what number he is at IBF?
Well, let me back up. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if he's
Do
actually.
you know? I'm just asking a very simple question. Do you know what number Crawley is under IBF?
Jason, what number is he right now? I don't know. 4?
He's 3. He's the first one up. He's the first one up. He's 3.
Okay. No. Don't say he's first one up. He's number 3. Because number 1 is vacant, number 2 is vacant.
Okay.
Right? So here's the argument. And I'll let y'all, I'm not going to sit here and wait for answers. But if Ortiz already had turned it down and Boots was number 2, there's your answer.
Okay.
But one way or another, what we have to realize is that Terence Crawford does not have a promoter, right? So he's not the one that's going to send out offers. Do you know why he's fighting Eubanks? I mean, do we know why he's fighting Eubanks? Other than
no idea. Well, money.
Crawford haters. Because he was offered a fight from Saudi.
But I thought he was a boss. But I thought he was a boss.
That's what happens. When you want to fight somebody, you make him an offer.
But I thought he was a boss.
Here's what I would say to you. Although last week you told me that Boots isn't under PBC, this week you're saying PBC made an offer with Boots Ennis. Neither here nor there, Greg. Neither here nor there. But let's finally say that, yes, Boots is under PBC. If, in fact, the PBC offered Jaron Boots Ennis to Crawford, what offer did they make? Because they couldn't afford the rematch with Spence. So what offer did they make him?
What do you mean couldn't afford?
0%. Look, we're going to have, matter of fact, you got to give us $1 million. The hell with a guarantee. You gave us a guarantee. Crawford, you pay us $1 million, and we're going to pay you 25% of the back end. I mean, what kind of offer did the PBC make for the Boots fight? If their initial offer was 0 guaranteed, 65-35 against Spence, the biggest fight at the time, what kind of offer do you think the PBC made for Boots?
We're talking about a Terence Crawford.
Inquiring minds want to know. Matter of fact, that PBC operative
make yourself productive. Make yourself productive. Why don't you call the channel and let us know what offer was made for Boots? Because I guarantee you it was a shit show. It was a shit show just to say we offered up Boots. So what Crawford is doing now, okay, the same thing that happened first time around. Crawford was on the list for Zoo. You're aware of that, right? We can YouTube where Zoo said Crawford contacted us, but we went with Thurman. Makes no goddamn sense. But we went with Thurman. Because is that a bigger fight than Crawford versus Zoo? I mean, doesn't it make sense that the PBC should have made that grand opening, Zoo versus Crawford, for the WBO championship? Isn't that a more worthwhile fight, PBC? But no, we wanted Thurman at a catch weight of 155. If you see the most recent interview with Zoo, they ask him, will you face Crawford next? You know what Zoo's saying these days, guys? Whatever fight is easiest. He's already a PBC clone. He's already a PBC clone. You got Fundora facing some other guy that we don't know who the hell is. Fundora just got knocked out his last time around. They're fighting for a title. You go on and on. The PBC's already locking down 154. So what viable fight was out there for Crawford at this moment? Benavidez is signed up for 175. Canelo's fighting Munguia. Boots is in some sort of lawsuit. He's in first bid with Crawley. Spence is still fixing his eyeballs. I want to know who is a fight available right now for Crawford.
Do you want us to answer it?
Yes, sir.
There's nobody available for him right now. But as you guys have been saying for a while now, go ahead, Jerry.
Right. And according to PBC operatives, he has no choice. He has no choice. He's going to be on BLK Prime, that other black-owned company that I love to hate because we're so pro-black. That other BLK company, he's going to be on BLK Prime. Well, guess what? When you're at top of the food chain, you're always going to get options. And Saudi Arabia is sending a bag because Eubanks Jr. has a heavy following in Europe. So now we're looking at a big fight. Get paid just like you did Avanesian. You ain't got time to sit around and wait for all this hate talk on Twitter and YouTube. Talk the talk. Walk the walk, stop talking the talk. Crawford can't send you contracts. He doesn't have a promoter. That last caller had you stumbling. If Boots really wanted to fight Crawford, a viable fight would be made. Boots has made a lot of mistakes. He's got the wrong people behind him. He's got Espinosa, who buried Showtime. If you were really about it, you would look at outside investors. If you really wanted that Crawford fight, it will be made. Crawford already told the world, if you want the Boots fight, pay me the bag. Because that's where I'm at. I'm going to be 37 in September. I ain't got time to waste. I want big fights, big money fights, big legacy fights. But the bottom line, you got to pay me. You pay me by weight, and right now my title is pound for pound the best in the world. And if you don't know it by now, you will at some point. So we can hate Crawford until he's dead, but Crawford is going to show and prove his worth. So you now say and agree that Crawford will catapult Boots as a superstar in the sport, but yet Crawford is not a draw. Crawford can't sell out a picnic. Crawford ain't nothing. He's worthless without Spence. But yet you tell us and agree that he will catapult Boots into superstardom. Make that make sense, my friend.
I could, but you won't let me finish. So go ahead.
The floor is yours.
Boots will be a superstar by boxing standards. That doesn't mean that he's going to be selling a whole lot of pay-per-views. Terence Crawford can still not sell, but somebody have a springboard off of his name to become the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the sport, which apparently you believe is so damn important. So yes, what I said makes perfect sense, my friend.
Okay, well, Greg, why do you say Crawford can't sell if he hasn't fought after the Spence fight?
Oh, because he didn't sell before. Because he didn't sell before.
You can't listen. You can't tell me is your logistical analytical research on YouTube because Crawford has not fought after the Spence fight. So there's no data out there. Just like 2 weeks ago when that pro PBC operative was going, man, that fight's not just that Haney Garcia fight. It's no traction on it. God damn! Wait till they have a press conference. And then the goddamn fight blew up the week after. I mean, buddy, if you're looking for narratives, you're going to believe what you want to believe.
So let me ask you.
Crawford,
let me ask you real quick. Well,
Crawford does 65,000 pay-per-view. Go ahead.
No. Let me ask you. So, what do you think that Garcia Haney fight does pay-per-view wise? I just want to get you on the record.
I already told you. That fight is going to do 1 million pay-per-view buys. I already told you. Somebody is going to rise and someone is going to fall in 2024. And I believe that's going to be Tank Davis. Tank Davis is going to be exposed just like Spence was exposed. The PBC does a great job of lifting up these fighters. But at some point, the rubber meets the road and the dirt bags explode, brother. That's the way it works. You can't run around forever trying to dodge and hide your weaknesses and expose your strengths. Just like his trainer said, we can't fight that kind of fighter. We're going to have to fight fighters that let us do what we do. Which brings me to our guy, your favorite trainer. Our favorite trainer, who had a horrific 2023. But goddamn, I'm kind of looking at him going, man, you could make a comeback of all comebacks. Now, I don't believe Garcia is going to beat Haney. I believe that fight can be very entertaining. I think people don't give Garcia enough credit. Tank hit him right in the chin. He got up. Okay, people forget about that. He got cracked in the chin. Mr. TikTok model got cracked in the chin and stood back up. Nobody talks about that. So I think that fight's going to be a lot more entertaining than people think, but I don't think he can beat Haney because he's going to have to stop Haney to beat him. I don't think that's going to work. But what's going to happen is our trainer of the year, what's his name again?
We're talking about Derrick James?
DJ, my favorite DJ. He has an opportunity. Garcia just has to put up a good fight. He has to show improvement from the last fight. That Philly shell, that sushi shell, that Mexican taco shell, whatever you want to call it. He has to show some improvement and look respectable. But then right around the corner is the fight that Spence already commented on. That has Jason a little confused. That says, hey, I ride with my team. Okay? So it is Spence team against Tank team. It is Derrick James against Tank, Baltimore, and everyone else. Derrick James has the ability. If he is who everyone thought he is, Frank Martin will defeat Tank Davis. You're hearing it right now. Because if Tank Davis can't knock you out, he won't win on the cards. If Frank Martin does not disappear and melt under the pressure, under the bright lights, if he's patient, he will win by unanimous decision.
Okay.
It's Jerry Soriano, your lender for life. Let them talk, my friends.
That's our guy, Jerry Soriano, man. I love Jerry. He's one of my favorite callers, but I do want to address some of the things that he said. So he mentioned, number one, that the fight.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. He said if Frank does his if. just stop the shit, man. This is going to be a good fight. Frank is a good fighter, but just trying to say DJ is going to make him win is crazy to me. It's just crazy. DJ ain't fighting. Frank is. Frank didn't pull the trigger against Artem for a reason. So stop the bullshit, man.
So no. So he mentioned the Eubank fight, saying that the Saudis brought the fight to Terence Crawford. The fight's going to be either in Saudi Arabia or the United States. So I'm not sure if the Saudi Arabians brought the fight to Terence Crawford. He says that Terence Crawford doesn't have a promoter, so he doesn't make offers. But I thought Terence Crawford was a boss. I've heard that multiple occasions. Later on, he talks about Tim Tszyu and the fact that Tim Tszyu mentioned that Terence Crawford had contacted him. Well, if Terence Crawford doesn't have a promoter, how is he contacting Tim Tszyu in this particular situation? But for the prior situation, which was Eubanks, they were contacting him because he doesn't have a promoter. So he contradicted himself, like literally right there. I mean, I thought that was interesting, but and then he talked about Terence Crawford and his ability to sell. How do we know Terence Crawford can sell because of XYZ or whatever? But he's comparing Terence Crawford before. No, maybe that wasn't what he was talking about. Oh, he was talking about boots. I can't remember exactly why, but he made a comment that Terence Crawford. God, I forgot that one now. I can't remember what it was, but it was a contradiction between, because he was comparing himself. He was comparing Terence Crawford post Spence versus after Spence, which it disconnected because it didn't really make sense either. But either way it go, man, there was a lot of disconnects in there with Mr. Jerry Soriano. He did add a caveat in there where he said that if Frank doesn't melt down, so he added a caveat to protect himself, which he thought he was slick there. But I saw what you were doing, Jerry. You didn't fool anybody. So, but no, that's our good friend Jerry Soriano, man. We love when he calls in. Jerry was not even cooking. He was nowhere near cooking. He was nowhere near cooking.
You gotta have power. You gotta have gas. You gotta have coal. You gotta have wood. And no one wants that unseasoned, uncooked chicken neither that he was trying to put on the plate. You eat that shit, you're gonna get salmonella. Salmonella, not salmonella, salmonella.
All right, guys. So we're about to conclude the show, man. We've been on for about 2 hours and 11 minutes. So we appreciate you guys for showing up. If you're in the building, if you haven't had the opportunity to smash the like button, please go ahead and smash the like button so other people can find this content. Up in the top of the comment section, you'll find a link to our new channel, AM Sports Cover 4. Make sure you click on that and become a subscriber to that channel, because it helps support this channel, and we're trying to get that channel monetized over there. Let's see. He was cooking on some bud. No, I don't think so. He was on the grill probably. But appreciate you guys. Thank you. And until next time, peace.